This video explains how to create TikTok video using Adobe Express, starting from scratch. I will walk you through adding text, photos, videos, transitions, and animations. First, let's start by setting up a new project in Adobe Express. Log in to express.adobe.com. If you are using your SVSU computer and are logged in as yourself, Adobe Express should log you in automatically. If you are not logged in automatically, select the option to log in with an email. Then use your SVSU email address and password, and select that this is a work or school account. Once you've logged in successfully, you will see this dashboard screen. Notice all of the different types of projects that you can create using Adobe Express. The categories at the top help you to sort through different template layouts and sizes. To begin the project that we are working on today for the TikTok video, select the social media template. Then click the TikTok video option. The panel on the right contains a screen that is the size for a TikTok video, and currently it is blank. We will start adding elements to that screen to begin our video. But before we do that, let's give the project a name. At the top left, you're going to click on the day's date and time and type in a title for your project. For the sample that I'm creating today, I am going to make a video that will highlight the 4 seasons of Michigan. After you type a title, you can hit enter or click somewhere in the gray area of your project. Now let's start adding some elements to our video. The first thing that we will create is a title screen, and we will do that with a still photo and some text. Let's click the media button, and there are different types of media that you can insert into your video: photos, videos, and audio. We're going to start with photos. And I'm going to type in Michigan and see what we get. Part of our SVSU Adobe license is the premium options. And all of these photos that you see with a crown and a check mark are premium photos, which you do have access to use. We also have access to use the premium fonts. Scroll until you find a photo that you want to use, and when you finally do that, click on one, and it will be added to your panel. You're now able to move this photo around and resize that photo, and you can see that anything that extends beyond the limit of the canvas will just be cut off. I like the way that looks. Now I'm going to add some text as a title for my video. I click on the text tool on the left side, and in the text panel, you'll see different categories: signs and labels, social, logos, seasonal, headlines are all the categories of types of text templates that you can add. If you don't want to search through any of the templates, you can use the Add Your Text box to add plain text. I'm just going to click on logos and see what is there. See if there's something that I might want to use as the title for my video. I like this hidden gallery text. I just click on it and that template gets added to my video. Now I just double click inside of that box to change what it says. It looks like this particular template has 2 text boxes, one for the word the and one for hidden gallery. I'm going to focus on replacing the text hidden gallery to say Michigan seasons. And I'm going to just click on the word the and then do a right click and choose to delete. I think that looks pretty good for now. Later, we're going to come back and animate the Michigan seasons text, but for now, let's skip to adding another scene. A scene is just another set of video, text, or photos in your video. It will continue to play every scene until your video is done. I'm just going to click on Add Scene because I want to switch from the lighthouse photo to another video. And then I'm going to click on Media and then select Videos this time. I'm going to cover the 4 seasons of Michigan, and we're going to start with winter. I'm going to search for videos that are labeled as winter and find one that I think might be a Michigan scene and that I like for this video. As you scroll, if you are curious what the video looks like, you can hover your cursor over top of the video and the video will play in the little preview window. You can also see the number of seconds that that video takes up at the top left corner. When you find a video that you think will work for your scene, you just click on it, and that video is then added to your canvas. And again, we can add text to that video. I'm going to click on the text tool. It remembers that I want to remain in the logos category. If you wanted to switch out and choose a different type of text, you can do that. I'm going to try to see what's in the social category this time. I'm going to click on View All and see if there's anything I might want to use. Actually, I'm going to search and see if there's any winter type text. There's not in social, but that did suggest some text or fonts that I might want to use in other categories. I'm going to try this one that says Season's Greetings, and I just click on it and it gets added to my canvas. I just picked up the video by accident. I want to make sure that I'm grabbing right on the text to be able to move that, and then I can resize and center it or left align it however you want for your video. But now I'm going to double click, and again I can see that this text template is split into 2 text boxes. So I'm just double clicking on one and typing winter, and then I'm going to double click on the other one. And I guess since I have 2 lines, I'll just say winter season. Now for these snowflakes, I do like them, but I want them to be a different color. I don't think that the teal color works very good on this sky. And I'm just clicking. All of this text template that I had selected is grouped. And you can see that there is an ungroup button. I don't need to ungroup it. I can just click until I get the piece that I want to recolor. Whatever you currently have selected in Adobe Express will give you different options in the panel on the left. These are all of the things that you can do with that piece that you have selected. I'm going to change the fill color, and I'm going to see if the eyedropper will work today. Yeah, it hasn't been working for me. It might be my browser. You can try it and see if that will work for you, but it's kind of disappointing me lately. But I'm going to choose from more colors then, since I can't get the eyedropper to work. And if you don't like any of the pre-selected swatches, then go to custom. Yeah, I'm going to go with, I guess, a really dark green. And I'll do the same for the other snowflakes. I'm just selecting until I get the snowflake that I want. And I was hoping it was gonna save my green that I had used. Yeah, it didn't. So I'll have to try another custom color because I didn't write down the hex number value. I could have done that. This time I learned my lesson. I'm going to do that, 214A20. And then I'll just select the other snowflakes. And since I know the hex number that I want to use this time, I can type it in here on the bottom, 214A20, and I hit enter, then close that, and just to make sure that all of them are the same, I can select that first snowflake again, and and then change that color. Hit enter, and close that box. All right, now I've got this winter scene with some text, and my video is being laid out down here on the bottom of this timeline, and my cursor is currently set to begin playing, at the beginning of this winter scene. I'm just going to click on the play button to preview what I've got far. Okay, that looks pretty good, except for I'm going to change winter season to be winter wonderland. And now my text box extends too far. That might happen to you. It's good that this has happened so that you can just play around with maybe the width of your text box, the size of the font. This one is now set to 171. And if I select winter, I can take that down to 171 to match the sizes there. I just hit enter after I type in the number. There we go. Just using your tools to make everything work. And depending on what you have selected, you might get resize handles, or also I have all of these options just for the word winter. This panel, again, reflects whatever you currently have selected. And because I only have the word winter selected, these are the options that I have available for that one word. You can change the font if you want. You can change how the font is laid out, the color, the outline, and then there are some special effects at the bottom. We will be getting to the animation effect in a minute. Okay, the next scene that we're going to do is spring. I'm going to click on add a scene and then again go to media. I'm searching for a video. It remembered that. And this time I'm going to search for a video related to spring. Again, you can scroll down until you see one that you think is something that would probably be in Michigan, and you're hovering over so you can preview the video and just noting how long the video is. My winter scene is almost 16 seconds. And if I want to have them all about equal, I would want to pay attention to the timing on the top left. That is up to you. This is another one that's kind of similar to my winter scene that I had, but I don't know if I want that. Oh, this one's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm going to choose the budding tree limb, and again, the timing works out pretty well. This one's 15 seconds. My winter one was 16 seconds. And then I'm going to choose to add some text. Let's try to search for spring and see if it comes up with any text. I'm still in the social. I actually like both of these. I actually like what they say also. So I'm just going to use my Hello Spring. It took a little bit to load this one correctly. The only thing that I think is wrong with it is the text color. I can't read Hello Spring. I just click on that and then choose the fill color. And I'll just change it to white. I'm going to offset it a little bit because just to get it out of the way of the budding tree branch. And then, actually, let me put it on the bottom and see how that looks. Yeah, the top of the rainbow is cut off on this one. I don't know. Might not be the best font for that, but it's fine. And then I can preview to see if I like that. Yeah. Yep, I think that's good. All right. Next, we're going to do summer. I just add another scene. And then switch back to media. I'm in the videos category. I'm going to type in summer and repeat. This one of the people playing beach volleyball is actually not bad. I'll use that. And this is my first time using the horizontal shaped video in this tutorial. I'm going to show you, you can resize the video. This one might not actually work out because I might lose too much of the action, but preview that. Yeah, I think that actually works out okay. I'm going to move it over so it ends with her in the scene. And I'm going to preview one more time. I'm just going to drag the playback head back to the beginning, hit play. Okay, I do like that. And then I'm going to click on text and we'll do it again. Let's see what we can find for summer. This summer sale text does look pretty good. I'm going to click on that. Did it again. If you do move something and you can't get it placed exactly where you had it placed, you can use the undo button at the top. Okay. Hopefully that kept my video in the right place. And this one has 2 boxes at least. So I'm just selecting that text box, and I can also hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of that. And I'm going to name this one Summer Fun. And then just use the resize handle to make it a little bit bigger. Again, you can use a specific size. If you wanted to type it in, you can change the font, change the color, all of these things for every piece. If I have a video selected, I get a different amount or a different set of features where I can still apply some effects, but I can flip a video, I can change the opacity of a video, speed it up, slow it down, and change the volume if it does have volume with the video. I don't know that any of the media videos that are stock with Adobe Express have audio. I'm not sure. I don't think that the ones I've chosen so far do. Okay, one more scene. And we're going to go to Add Scene, and this one's going to be fall. We're going to go to Media again, type in fall, find one that we think is Michigan-like. I like this one with the person running. I'm going to select that, and then I have that issue with having to resize that video. Then you just have to figure out where you want to place it so that the action stays on the screen the whole time. She kind of gets off to the right side a little bit too much for my preference, so I'm just going to move the end of that video. So my playback head is located at the end. I'm just moving it over so that the action stays kind of in frame. Okay, and one more text to add. We'll search for fall. So again, in social, it didn't find anything, but it did find some text in other categories. I don't like this one because it's too long. I guess I will use one of the seasonal sale options. I'll try the red one and see what that looks like. That's not too terrible. This one comes with a background color, and if I really wanted to, I could choose to change that. If I double click, and it's under shape. I could change the color instead of it being peach. I'll try it out. I click on the shape and change the shape fill. Maybe I don't mind it, but I want it to be transparent a little bit more. I could change the color altogether, or I'm going to just change the transparency. I think it's fine that it's peach. Okay. I just click outside of that, and then fall color is what I will type in as my text. And then for the leaf color, I think I'm going to try something a little bit darker. Yeah, that's not really working out. I'm going to try green. Nope. I should have just stuck with what I had. Okay. Oh, maybe yellow. Yeah, the yellow I think is okay. And it's not going to be the same color, but that is okay. Now let's add some audio to our entire video. And I'm just going to rewind back to the front. Click on Media, and then choose Audio. There are several that are for free. You can sort by category again. There's acoustic, background, blues, classical, country. And I think something in the country category might work for this video. Again, you have this View All button so that you can enter into the category and kind of preview all of the options. Just take note of the time. Like this one's only 34 seconds and it would have to loop over and over again for the entire length of my video, which is going to be about, I don't know, 50 seconds or maybe a minute. I'm going to find one that is a little bit longer. Even the dancing bear, I can cut it out. But when you select a audio, you can see that it does extend throughout your entire video time. And then you just want to preview. Okay, I can't really preview mine because my audio isn't playing. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm recording right now and I'm not going to be able to hear mine. I don't know what the dancing bear audio sounds like, but I guess I'm just going to go with that since I can't preview my sound right now. Now we're going to work on animating the text for each of these videos. We can have the text enter, we can have it highlight as it's staying still, and we can have it exit. I've taken the playback head back to the beginning of my video, and I'm going to select the text Michigan Seasons. Then click on Animation, and I want this title to animate on its way in. I'm going to click on the In Animations. When you hover over each of the options, you can see a preview of how that would look if you were to select that particular type of animation. I like the pop option, and then you can set how long you want that pop to take. This is the duration of how long the text takes to animate. And then you can also set the personality if you want that to be a softer pop or strong or loud. I kind of liked how it looked, and then also the intensity, how big the pop is. I actually liked all of my presets. I'm good with all of that. And then if you wanted the animation to loop as it's on the screen and continue to call attention to itself, you can do that. If you really needed to keep something blinking or vibrating on the screen, then you could do that. I'm not going to do the loop animation. And then if you want the text to leave the screen before the next scene, then you can also have an out. Let's go ahead and do that for the title screen, I guess. These are the options for out. I'm going to just have it fade out at the end. And then again, you can set the duration of how long you want that animation to take and the personality. I think I'm going to do a stronger fade. To see the animation timing, you can toggle the switch Show Layer Timing, and this is your animation. I have my text right now starting and ending at the same time as the photo for this scene. I'm going to play that, and I think that's pretty good. I'm going to switch it up a little bit for the season videos. I'm going to just bring my cursor back near the beginning of the winter scene. I'm going to click on winter and choose to animate that. I'm going to have it come in for the winter one. Let's have it drift in. And then for the out, we can have it, I think if I choose drop, I can tell it direction. Yeah, let's see if it drops up. I'm just going to try that out. I don't want the text to come on right away for my video. I'm going to just shrink that. It snaps to wherever your playback head is. That's just something to consider. And then I'm going to have it end a little bit early also. And that is how you can time when your animations are happening. Let's see that. I'm going to rewind kind of to the end of the title slide and see what happens. Okay. I actually think this video is a little bit long. You can shorten the amount of time that your video is on. I'm going to make them all about 10 seconds maybe. I'm just dragging this in, cutting out some of the beginning of the video and leaving just the end. I'm just going to hover over and see what happens. I think that'll be good. I'm going to click on the text again, and because I cut some of the beginning off of that video, now I need to adjust when the animation for my text is happening again. I've adjusted the beginning time. I'm just going to extend it out on the end a little bit longer and preview that again. That's better. All right, and now we're going to animate the spring text. I'm just going to have that come in. I don't like the drift for this one. I like bungee. Bungee on the way in, and yeah, the drop seemed to be okay for winter. I'm going to leave it like that. And then once again, I'm going to cut this. Actually, for this one, I don't want to cut out any of the video because I think it needs all of the video, the buds blossoming. But I think what I'm going to do is increase the speed for this one. I'm going to click on the video itself and choose to increase the speed. I'm going to play it at 200%. And you can see that cuts that video time down in half. I can now cut off the part that's not being used. It's going to be about 8 seconds if I leave it at 200%, which I think that's fine. And then for the text animation, I'm going to have it again start and end a little bit outside of the full video speed. Now I'm going to rewind so I can watch that back. That's a lot more interesting. The buds are blossoming a lot faster. Here's the summer one. The summer video is already at 10 seconds. I think that's fine. And then I'm just going to click on Summer Fun and animate that. We'll do a rise for the in animation and maybe a shrink for the out. And then again, just start it and end it a little bit off of the video time. Then for for fall, I'm going to select that text, animate again, animate the in. I'll have it grow on the way in and pop out and adjust this. Okay, once you're done, just make sure that you watch the whole thing again to make sure you like that. And again, you can animate text, graphics, photos. You could have the video also animate. Once you are done previewing, the last thing we're going to do is add a transition between these pieces. And I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to add a transition to each of these. You can have them dissolve, push, or slide. I think I'm just going to keep it simple and just add a dissolve in between all of these. So I'm just clicking on the plus sign in between each set of videos and choosing add transition and then choosing dissolve. And the last one, add transition. You can see right now these are the 3 transitions available, but pretty soon there will be other transitions to choose from. Once you're done with your video and you have everything set up, you can either choose to download it, and it would be downloaded as an MP4, which you can upload to YouTube or manually upload it to your social media. But you can also choose the share option. When you click share, a new panel opens. And from here, if you have social media like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram that you would want to schedule this video to, you can then click on the schedule post. Before I get into that, if you needed to collaborate with other SVSU users on this video, you can share it to people. You can share it to anyone with a link, or you can invite specific people to edit that video with you. This would be a great assignment for students. If you don't have a social media, you can also use the Publish to Web option, which then posts this video to the Adobe server. And you can share a link to it from there. I'm just going to click on Schedule Post so I can show you an example of what that looks like. It takes a minute because it has to process your video, but you can use the Select Channels option to select all of the social media platforms that you would want to post this to. I haven't connected any of mine, but if you have them, you are able to connect them. You just approve the connection with your Adobe Express account. And then when you check one, you can then schedule it with the calendar and time down here. And after you select it, if everything is connected correctly, you can choose schedule. And specifically for TikTok, you can choose from here to disable comments. For your video, you can disable duet and disable stitch. Depends on what your preferences are and what you need. When your video has completed processing, you can preview what it's going to look like when it is posted to your social media. Just click on the play button to preview that video. And you might not hear it right now, but I'm actually able to hear my audio now. And that's it. I'm going to close the share panel, and then I'm going to click on the Adobe Express icon. If you need to come back and make additional edits to your video, you can find all of your projects under the Your Stuff category on the left side of your dashboard. While in the Your Stuff, you can create new folders if you want to organize all of your projects. Your folders will then appear at the top like this. And if you needed to place that into a folder, you can use the More button at the top right of your project and then choose Move. and select the folder name from here. You can also choose to copy or rename a project or delete it if you no longer need it. That is where you can access previously created projects so that you can make additional changes to them if you need to. That is the end of this introduction video to Adobe Express. Hope you liked it.